Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy, Iceman and Bob, Tech and Gaming. We're going to do an unboxing of the PS5 Pro, which you see that I have right here before me. So let's go ahead and get into this. All right. So what you essentially have, you're going to have the tape right here as usual, and you'll want to go ahead and pull that apart. So that's what I'm going to do. If it gives you any problems, you might just go ahead and break the seal. It just automatically broke on my end. Don't worry about it. Again, it's just a piece of tape. So we open up the box, and what you see is this here. So what we're going to do is lay the box down, okay? And we're going to essentially slide all of this out. Okay, it's not much to it, but as you can see, it's an empty box in here if anyone wanted to see what was on the inside, okay? So we're just gonna leave this over here, all right? And then what we're going to do is take a look at the box here, okay? So it has a little tab lock, pull that down, okay? And then the first thing that we have here is the power cord, all right? This is the power cord that you're gonna use to power up your PS5 Pro. You'll open this flap, okay? You'll open this flap. On this side, you're going to find your standard DualShock PS5 Pro controller. Of course, I'm sure you can use this on a regular PS5, but nonetheless, this is the controller, okay? Brand new. I don't have any need for that, but I will show you nonetheless, okay? So let's set this to the side, or actually we'll leave that here. Okay, and then what you have here, you have another like USB-C type cable here. I want you to see the connection on both ends. I'll try to bend it so you can see. This is the connection here on both ends. So you have one of these cables to power up something. You also have another HDMI cable. Again, you shouldn't need this if you already have a PS5 or some other type of gaming console like an Xbox or what have you, but that's what this cable is. All right, and then we have something in here. What you have here, it looks like some type of stands. You got two of them in here, okay? You have some type of clip stands here. That's what they appear to be with me. I'm not sure. I didn't watch any other unboxing, nor did I read the instructions, but that's what we also have here, okay? Now, what you're going to do is then pull this flap up, okay? And when you pull this flap up, what you're gonna see is you actually have the PS5 Pro console itself. All right, so we'll go ahead and pull all of this out. You can see you have your instruction manual here, okay? So, you know, the typical stuff in there, nothing exciting. And then you have your PS5 Pro. So you're gonna have two of these. This is what you may wanna use for future reference if you ever transport your PS5 Pro. You also have, let me show you what you also have here. You also have a safety guide as well. So you're gonna get two books here. You have a quick start guide, as you can see right here. And then you're gonna have a safety guide, okay? The safety guide seems like it has a little more pages, but nonetheless, that's enough about the paperwork, who cares? So we have the console here, all right? And what you're going to do is it's essentially just wrapped. All right, so we'll just kind of unwrap it. It's nothing spectacular. And voila, we have the PS5 Pro. All right, some of you are gonna stand it up vertically. This is what we have here. I will go ahead and show you all the slots in the back while I have it out. So as you can see, you have your power cord here. You've got your USB connections right here. As you can see, you have two of these that you can use to power up whatever devices you will use. You have your LAN network Ethernet cable here, and this is where your HDMI cord will go. Okay, it's pretty standard fare. There's nothing different other than what you can see here with the PS5 Pro from the original PS5 or the PS5 Slim. And then in the front, we're familiar with this. Here you have the power button, and then you have two more, again, of the USB-C type connection. So these will provide a faster connection as well as a quicker charge. So nonetheless, this is what you have with the unboxing. We're going to go ahead and move to the setup portion. and then we'll go ahead and turn this PS5 Pro on for the first time. I hope you have enjoyed the unboxing. What we're looking at right now is the PS5 Pro over here in comparison to the PS5 original. Now, I do have a different cover on it, but nonetheless, the dimensions are the same. So you can pretty much see height-wise, I mean, they're virtually the same height. It appears that the PS5 Pro is slightly shorter in terms of height, and I do mean slight. It's not going to make much of a difference, but I want you all to see. Now, what I want you also to see is we're going to look at thickness in terms of the front, okay? Now, obviously, we have a disk drive on the original, and on the PS5 Pro, we do not, okay? So you can see that it's just a tad bit here on the PS5 Pro, a tad bit more slim. It's nothing substantial. Really, the bulk here you can see is the disk drive on the original versus no disk drive here on the Pro, but it's about the same dimensions, okay? Same thing if you look at the back, and you can see the ports here, just for purposes that people may not have realized. If you look at the ports here, you have just a standard USB connection here, and then you have the USB-C connection here, all right? But then when you look at it here on the PS5 Pro, you can see that both connections here are the USB-C, all right? And then as we take a look here on the back, all right, I'll turn both of them around. Again, it's not a substantial difference, but you can see. So down here, we have the same power cord connection, all right? And then the next slot here is the HDMI connection. Now, this location is different from the PS5 Pro because the HDMI connection is here on the PS5 original, but the HDMI connection is here on the PS5 Pro. So a slightly different design. And then you have the Ethernet connection next here, whereas the Ethernet LAN connection is here on this side. One thing you'll find similar, that on the PS5 original, you still see the HDMI and the Ethernet connection right next to each other, just as you have it right next to each other here on the PS5 Pro. Notice how they're right next to each other. And then again, also right next to each other are the two USB-C connections here, all right? So again, you see the dimensions, you see how they look. It's nothing really substantially different. It's going to be your standard fare. I'm sure you can use your same cables that you have for your PS5 original or PS5 Slim on the PS5 Pro. That's your choice, but I just want to show you all dimensions. They're essentially the same. And to see them on top of each other, I will go ahead and give that to you, all right? And then we'll go ahead and get into setting this up, just so that you all can get a better look at what they look like, okay? And so what we have here, as you can see, this is the PS5 original, and then we have the PS5 Pro here. They're essentially about the same type of connection. Again, in terms of space, you're not gonna really have to change up anything. I would say if you had like a cabinet style setup, the PS5 Pro would allow it to fit a little bit better, to give you a little bit more room, perhaps ventilation, but I don't recommend either to be in a closed cabinet style. But nonetheless, this is what you have. So let's go ahead and get into the setup, and we will go from there. All right, so we have everything connected with my PS5 Pro. We're going to go ahead and power it on for the first time. And I would like to say that I do have my audio for my PS5 going out through my Astro A40 preamp. So you're not going to hear the audio on camera, but nonetheless, we'll take a look at the visuals. With that being said, let's go ahead and do that, and we'll get right to enjoying it. There we go. Man, it looks great. It looks great. This looks absolutely amazing. It's nothing like seeing that boot up for the first time. So nonetheless, I'm going to go ahead and connect it, go through these steps, and we're going to go ahead and enjoy everything that we have. We are preparing to do the data transfer from my PS5 original to my PS5 Pro. Now, I know people online have complained, depending on what batch of PS5 Pros that they receive, they have a noisy PS5 Pro. So what I want to do is document prior to any type of load on the console, how silent it is. And actually both consoles are silent. So I'm gonna be quiet right now and put the camera and mic right up to both the PS5 Pro as well as the PS5 original. And then we're also going to do a sound test during the data transfer process. All right, so let me go ahead and do that. And then let's come over to the PS5 original. So as you can see, both consoles are quiet, but again, I'm going to put a load on them in the data transfer. All right, so let's get to that step. And I have both of my consoles connected to an Ethernet connection. All right, so the data transfer on here should be very quick. I have gigabit internet, so everything should be lightning fast. Anyway, let's get to it. As you can see, we have the PS5 Pro booted up. This process of the initial data transfer using an Ethernet connection on both consoles, it was blazing fast. I mean, it took maybe less than 5 minutes at the most. and it's already ready for me to go ahead and get started. Now, obviously the games are downloading. I haven't touched anything, but I just wanted to show you the process. It does not take long. As you can see, things are updating. We have YouTube here updating, and it's a seamless process. The console literally restarted. All I heard was 2 clicks, and that's it. It's super silent. So maybe I'm just one of the lucky ones who got a silent PS5 Pro. Now, again, I'll test the noise out if I hear anything when I'm actually gaming, but even on my PS5 original, it was fairly quiet. You could initially hear the first boot up when you turn it on for the first time, or maybe a restart, but everything is quiet. And again, with this PS5 Pro, it's super quiet. So again, I guess I'm just one of the lucky ones. But I wanted to document this for you all so that you all can see that for the most part, this whole PS5 Pro noise issue, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's people in other countries. I haven't done any research in terms of the locations of where these issues may have arrived and how many people are having this problem. But most users, I have not heard of any complaints in terms of noise. Again, we will test this out during some gameplay. But there you have it. This is the unboxing, the boot up, the first start, the transfer, all of that good stuff that you need to get your PS5 Pro going. I'll catch you all in the next video with some footage, with some comparisons. And again, I'm going to show some video games that a lot of you don't necessarily play, meaning they're not the popular games that everyone covers. Now, I will cover those, and if you have a request, please let me know. But this is the video for now, and we'll get into that in another video. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Feel free to leave your comments. And as I always say, until we stream again.